Hi everyone, Jewel here with J7409 Weather, and folks, the stories today are the same. Boy oh boy, the tornadoes poured out yesterday in several areas in the U.S. I myself did not have a tornado, but boy did I have a downpour of rain with a microburst, and we've got more of those that can happen today. If it's your first time over here and you're into the weather, welcome aboard. We'll be glad to have you. Please click subscribe, click the bell to ensure you get all the latest in weather news, forecasts, watches, and warnings and tropical weather as they happen to the best that I can get them out to you. Right now we're looking at the categorical outlook for today. As you can see, we do have some enhanced severe weather, some marginal, and just a chance for bad weather to happen all the way from Montana down to Texas, and from portions of Maryland, Virginia, North and South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and some of Texas. We have a marginal risk. And anywhere you see this green, you've heard me say it before, you have a chance of some thunderstorms to pop up that could be kind of dangerous. Now, this is what it's looking like in general. I'm going to tell you all about it in just a few moments. But so far as the tornado outlook, it's still looking like Wyoming, the panhandle of Nebraska, and a portion of Colorado has a 5% chance. If you remember yesterday, it was at a 5% chance, and some of these places had tornadoes. Yes, they did. So please be aware and be safe, okay? Now, when it comes to the wind, 15% chance of severe wind brewing up today, where you see in the same areas of Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Colorado, with a 5% chance for the entire coastline of Texas all the way up to Virginia and Maryland. When it comes to hail, there is a great chance. Now, I want to tell you about this hail. You really need to pay attention. I've been looking at stuff, and on the hail algorithm, it's generating this hail to be in excess of 2 inches today, bigger than 2-inch hail. That is a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a very good chance that it could, especially where you see that 30% mark in Colorado, up in Nebraska, a little bit of South Dakota, and a little portion of eastern Wyoming, and then where it goes out in the black, where it's circled here, that is the greatest chance. Even if it's in the 15% chance, I'm just telling you, the hail algorithm this morning is showing this hail could be in excess of 2 inches, okay? And given the strongest shear expected today compared to yesterday, there is reason to believe that supercells may maintain their character a bit longer than they did yesterday. So, folks, please be aware of this. When it comes to thunderstorms in general, you see where they are. It's like everybody's got a chance, from New Jersey down to South Carolina, the biggest portion of Florida, a little bit of Florida's panhandle, moving over just in that little tip of Alabama, where the Florida panhandle and Alabama meet down south, parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, mid to western Oklahoma. Of course, we have Kansas, Nebraska, and the other areas, as well as a portion of New Mexico. All of these places could see a thunderstorm pop up. As the heat builds, and we know how this excessive heat is, you can see these thunderstorms during the day. Once they start, they're going to build. It gets up to 40% for northern Tennessee and southern and eastern Kentucky, up into West Virginia and Virginia's 40% chance builds, also down in Florida. And then by later on, late afternoon, early evening, going through the nighttime, Tennessee pops up to 70%. You can see it here. Florida's got 40% everywhere from mid to southern New Jersey down into the Carolinas, Virginia, portions of West Virginia, all the way over to Texas. This applies also to portions of Nebraska, Colorado, and all the way up into some of southeastern Minnesota and also western Wisconsin. So please keep this in mind. And when it comes to the Gulf states and the mid-Atlantic coast, guys, isolated damaging winds can really be a possibility today. Also live with short-lived microbursts. That's for Virginia and the Carolinas and the central Gulf states. And that, if they happen, it'll probably be around 18Z. That's this afternoon around 6 o'clock. So I'm saying anywhere from 5 o'clock this afternoon through early nighttime hours, we could have these microbursts that happen. Once again, from Virginia, the Carolinas, central Gulf states, isolated damaging winds could be noted with short-lived microbursts. You've heard me say it before. They do just as much damage as a tornado if they happen to hit where you are. They just don't travel and do as much damage. So please be aware and be very, very safe of what is going on in your area with this severe weather today. It's no joke. It's going to be another very hot day for many people. This is at midnight for this morning, early hours, midnight. Look at the heat. Look at the heat. Hot, hot, hot everywhere except up north here. You can see they've got cooler temperatures here. Even down here in Idaho, 74 degrees right in this area right here. As we move through today, I just want to show you today's temps. You can see the timestamp right over in here. We'll just move it up some. As the day goes on, the temperatures go up. When you see the white on the map, and this is in Fahrenheit. This is Fahrenheit degrees, folks. Look down here. Portions of Florida, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's just going to build and build and build and build. As we move on through here, you can see 102, 106, 107. Down in this portion of Alabama, it could get to 108 degrees. Louisiana's on fire, 106 and 103 for primarily the entire state. Over in Texas, you can see Dallas is going to be hot. All of those areas around right in here is going to average anywhere from 102 to 104. Just move a little bit to the north, 96 to 98. And even in the Panhandle, it's going to be 85. The cooler temperatures are going to be up north, everywhere you see right in these areas, but they're very pleasant temperatures. They should be in the 80s and the 70s, a lot better than compared to what is down south of them. And we'll move on through just a little bit more as far as we can go here. Still very, very hot, and now we are to midnight tomorrow. So that's a check of the temps. It's going to be hot in so many places. Please be aware and be safe, and for goodness sakes, do not leave a child or a pet in a car if you live in any of these areas to go in the store to get a loaf of bread. I saw a story yesterday where a mother left her child in the car. It was so very hot, and all of a sudden while she was in the store, she remembered she left her child in there. I don't know what folks think, but anyway, sounds a little weird, don't it? They tried to get the kid out. After a while, they did get the kid out. I do not know if the child lived or not, so please be aware of these things and stay safe. And here we have a look of the GFS map. I'm going to push it up and turn it on in a moment, but I do want to remind everyone, we were just looking at the hot temperatures. These hot temperatures across the southwest are expected to continue through the remainder of this week. So I wanted to remind you of that. Now let's just turn this map on and let it move through. Now you can see everything that's going on. I've told you about the severe weather. That's the big deal for today, along with the hot temperatures. But folks, we've got frontal boundaries, and they're expected to move kind of slow through tomorrow as they merge over the eastern U.S. And this pattern is going to promote unsettled weather along the southeast United States coast and also the Florida Peninsula. Now, gradual improvement in this weather is expected for the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. But that is what's going on. I mean, we're going to have numerous showers of thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast and the southeast today. And as this heat builds across the desert southwest, this heat's not going to go anywhere. So please be aware of what's happening. So far as tropical weather, nothing's going on in the next 5 days for the Atlantic or the Gulf Coast. If anything pops up, I do keep my eyes on it. You best believe it. I'll be sure and put it up. And that's a check of your weather today. Thank you for everything you do for me. I love you all so very much. Thank you for hanging by me and sticking by me. It means more than you know. May each of you have a good day, a safe day, and a blessed day. And peace, love, and kindness to each of you. Thank you so much for watching.